Day 36, Min beneath the trees. I couldn't quite get underneath the trees because a creek separates me from the park. But there's someone lying under a tree there. They can do it for me today. Chapter 21, Dangerous Waters. Eco 4, early morning. "Radian!" Min screamed as she took off in pursuit, the others following. Adrenaline sped through her body as her rage ignited. Whatever this force was, she wanted to defeat it. Radian was just ahead of them, flailing helplessly, arms spread out and hands clawing at the air. Simultaneously, Min and Fitlin snatched an arm each, reversed their wings and pulled backwards hard, trying to haul him out of the grip of the steam jet and away from the fissure. Luster put her arms around Min's waist and did the same. It made no difference. Radian was being dragged ever closer to the putrid opening. Fennell joined them, clasping Luster about the waist. "We'll fly backwards together and keep Radian from being dragged into the crack," she shouted. Dozens of fiddleheads attached themselves to each other behind Fennell and Fitlin, creating two lumen chains. Slowly they began to halt the deadly Reese progress towards the black spit, easing Radian backward, but the rope of burning steam still held him tight. Radian's head dropped and his arms went limp. "Radian, hold on, we've got you. You have to hold on," Min screamed. Min was thinking fast. "Even if we can stop this evil thing from dragging Radian into the fissure, how will we get it to let go?" "Time to hand over the baton," Flick said. Fitlin spoke breathlessly and fast. "It's evil, so it's thinking and feeling. If you can keep up the tug of war, Min, I've got an idea that might work. You'll all need to hang on." "That exactly," Flick answered. "I'm scared. I'm sure whatever Fitlin is thinking is going to be dangerous," she replied. "Much better we fetch Otolin," she said to Fitlin. "No time, Min. What if something happens to you? We have no choice. We have to act." "He's right," Flutter interceded. Torn and terrified, Min nodded. "Fitlin, please, whatever you're thinking, be careful." Fitlin turned to the fiddlehead lumen holding his waist, indicating she should take his place. As soon as the chain was secure, he flew to the dark side of the creek. Min saw his silhouetted outline reach the bank where it stopped for a second. Then he took off and disappeared behind the steam monster. Min strained her eyes, willing herself to see him through the dense yellow steam. There was no sign. She pulled on Radiant's limp wrist and flapped her wings harder. She shut her eyes and gritted her teeth. She held her breath. She bit her lip. Her arms ached. She opened her eyes. Still no sign of Fitlin. There was no colour or apparent life in Radiant's gossamer wings. They flopped about his head. His body dangled listlessly despite the vigour of the tug-of-war just holding him back from the black ravine. Min closed her eyes again. The image of Radiant's limp body had seared itself into the back of her lids. She blinked rapidly, desperate to dispel the awful vision. Seconds ticked past. Min was certain she couldn't bear it any longer. "Believe, Min," she heard flutter. "How can I believe?" "Patience, you'll see." It was Flick. Min was so distraught she couldn't answer, even though the word patience was like an anvil around her neck. Time slowed, dripping like sticky amber down a tree trunk. Then Min's breath exploded from her chest. "Oh, my starlet strap, thank you, you're right." Min saw Fitlin just visible on the other side, moving cautiously forwards from behind the reef, still gripping Radian's leg in its awful hold. The sinister hissing rumbled and boomed. Even more steam whooshed up and swirled in great filthy gusts, spewing its rank odour towards the lumen chain. The lumens gasped and coughed, but no one let go. Watching in horror, Min realised some of the steam was flowing backwards towards Fitlin. It knows he's there." She bit her lip in terror. "What can I do? How can I warn him?" "Believe, Min," Flutter repeated. Min didn't believe, even when her wings had been right before. She couldn't. It was too terrifying. A light flickered behind the reef. Fitlin was unsheathing the ancestral dagger. She remembered her question. Was it true? The dagger could slice through stone if it threatened a lumen's life. If it could slice through stone, Then steam would be no obstacle. We've got this, she realized. I'm sorry I doubted you. No time for remorse. You need to pull backwards now. Pull for all you are worth, Flick instructed. Pull, Min yelled at the 2 chains of lumens. Pull for your lives and for Radians. The steam wreath stretched tighter, but did not relent or release its grip. Fitlin held the dagger to his lips, its jewel handle glowing blood red even in the cavernous light. With a streak of luminous white, the blade flashed through the air as he slashed down through the seething hawser of steam. For a lifelong second, nothing happened. Then slowly, imperceptibly, the wreath began to coil in on itself, as if in a display of agony. Speeding up, it separated, frayed and hissing, and evaporated into the air above it. Released from the tension of the tug-of-war, Radiant's sudden freedom catapulted him to the 2 lumen chains. Legs, arms and wings flailed as the lumens tried to right themselves before crashing into the water below. Luster and Min, who were still holding Radiant, were flung high into the air and then plunged into the middle of the fast-flowing creek along with his slack body. Luster surfaced first. We have to turn Radiant onto his back and take an arm each, she spluttered as Min's head emerged from the water. Then we'll swim him to the bank. Luster started to paddle fast, her one arm swinging methodically out over her head and back into the water, while her legs kicked hard for extra propulsion. Min was having trouble keeping her head above water. Not only was the current stronger than they had reckoned, but she recalled, with a shock, that she'd never learned to swim. And I'll see you beneath the trees tomorrow.